Festive greetings, it's Christmas Day. That can only mean one thing. It's a week to go until the transfer window opens. And in a first for the transfer show, we've got a pan-European special for you right in the heart of London. Joining me and Kaveh Solhekol is Sky Italy's Gianlucia Marzio and Sky Germany's Maximilian Bielefeld. Here's what's coming up.
You know, this was something that was so much more difficult than I actually thought it was going to be.
All the people wanted him. Super Grealish, super Grealish, super Grealish.
He even made it to German tabloids. Yeah, he was compared to David Beckham, you know, because of the looks.
Mbappé will go to Real Madrid.
It's Man City and PSG. Newcastle is indeed interested in signing Niki Süle.
Frankie of Milan is a player that Antonio Conte likes.
He's very demanding, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Every agent is proposing his players to Newcastle.
Free agent in the summer, he can gamble.
For us, it's a Christmas present.
I absolutely love Christmas, mate. Whether it be football kits or football boots or goalposts, everything was to do with football.
Yes, welcome along. So much to get through on this transfer show Christmas special. Let's introduce you now to our special guest. It's a ciao to Gianlucia Marzio.
Nice to meet you. Happy Christmas.
Guten Tag to Max Bielefeld.
Guten Tag, Dharmesh. Nice to be here.
Hello to my friend and colleague, Kaveh Solhekol. Well, sometimes.
Sorry if my mobile is on, but if a transfer news, I can.
Of course.
I can tell you.
Leave that on. Definitely leave that on.
Well, you get transfer news on Christmas Day?
Yeah, sometimes, yes.
Why not?
He doesn't sleep, this man.
Like the transfer market.
Yeah.
The transfer market doesn't sleep.
He never sleeps. Listen, there's so much to get through with regard to what's going to happen in 2022, but I want to get your reflections on what was an incredible 2021. We saw the likes of Jack Grealish become the first British £100 million player. We've seen Ronaldo move, we've seen Messi move, we've seen Lukaku move. What were your reflections? How do you look back on 2021? Gianluca, first of all to you.
I feel that this was when Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi changed his team. Is something unique. I think that I couldn't think that in this transfer market, Ronaldo, Messi, Lukaku, Hakimi could leave his team after only 1 year of Inter. So it was surprising for me because everybody was saying that in COVID the clubs had no money. And in this summer, the clubs in Premier League, not in Italy, but in Premier League and in France, Paris Saint-Germain, spent. In Germany, only in Bayern Munich.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody was talking about the, COVID period, nothing will happen. German clubs were a bit shy. But then, of course, Ronaldo, the most romantic transfer story, happened, Messi. It was a crazy transfer window. And obviously Sancho, my friend Dharmesh. I was on the phone with him every day. We got so many requests from our users. What Sancho news. And finally he moved on to Man United. So, it was a great 2021
What about Jude Bellingham? Do you think he's going to be the next one to leave Dortmund?
I think he will stay one more year, to be honest. I mean, he did really a great development now, had a good last couple of months. He's so mature. I mean, he's so young, but he's like one of the hidden captains of the team already. He's such a strong player. But he has a long-term contract with Dortmund, so it would be really, really expensive to get him out. No release clause next summer, so I think
they will lose Holland, so they can't lose Holland and Bellingham in the same summer.
But we're proud of Bellingham.
What do Dortmund supporters think about this business model, where they lose one of their main players every summer? Because if that was happening at some of the clubs in England, the supporters would be going crazy.
Yeah, but the money is different in Bundesliga and Premier League, of course, and Dortmund considers themselves a selling club still, and their transfer strategy is to get the most promising young talents, the biggest talents in the world, and then sell him on for a lot of money, but it works well. And they get those talents. Bellingham refused other clubs, and he went to Dortmund. Now Karim Adeyemi is looking really likely to sign for Dortmund. Why? Because they can tell him,
develop him.
We develop you, and everybody, Haaland had other options, right? And he went to Dortmund. So they get the young players. I think the strategy is good. And of course, you lose a lot of players. That's part of the deal. But I think it's the strategy they have to do.
I've got to say, a couple of the transfers that really stood out for me, you've alluded to one of them already in Cristiano Ronaldo, but the manner of that transfer because the story was Ronaldo going to Manchester City, and within the space of an hour, within the space of
It wasn't
Ole Gunnar
like that. It wasn't
Solskjaer doing
like that.
his news conference, everyone suddenly said, hold on, United are in for him.
We try to anticipate what the clubs do, but it's not normal because the clubs should work in a secretly way, but we managed to anticipate that. So when we can't do that, it's surprising for the people, but it's surprising that we anticipate the club. I think so.
Don't you think in Italy, I sense that in Italy, the transfer market is more like a game that the clubs like playing. It's like a TV show, it's like a soap opera. Whereas,
But it is,
whereas in England, in the Premier League, it is very much big business. So, you know, some clubs will not talk to you, they will not deal with you, they don't want to be part of the soap opera. Whereas in Italy, it's more just fun.
Like that. In Italy, it's like a big brother, no? In Italy, there is a hotel, 2 or 3 hotels, and all the clubs meet in these hotels to have lunch,
Negotiations.
dinner, negotiations with all the camera, filming them. But in Italy, we do it for years. For us is a Christmas present because we can work, sing, we can be in the table to try to understand what the managers are saying, the agents. We know the names of the agents, we know the name of the sports director. People know every person of the football transfer. Here it's difficult to know who is the sport director of a club.
You mentioned Jose Mourinho.
Yes.
What's your relationship like with him now he's back in Italy?
Jose Mourinho is a coach of players, he's a coach of clubs, he's a coach of journalists, of press. So he knows everything about me, even if I'm not in touch every day with him. But sometimes he texts me, I'm watching you, you know? And so he knows that you are there and that he's on the other side and he's watching what you are saying. So it's something particularly to
In
explain.
fairness, you're Gianluca Di Marzio. Everyone is watching you, Gianluca. Listen, they're the reflections of 2021. It was an incredible year as far as transfers were concerned. What are you anticipating in 2022? Are we expecting it to be as busy with as many big names as we saw in the last year?
Yeah, I mean, big names, of course. We have Mbappe, obviously, whose contract is running out with Paris. I think he will sign for Real Madrid. No surprise, he will sign for Real Madrid. And then, of course, it's the biggest topic in the Bundesliga, but I think in Italy, England as well, Haaland. Such a great striker, and we know that Dortmund is really trying really hard to keep him one more year. They really want to keep him until summer 2023. He has a release clause in his contract in 22. They think about doubling his salary, okay, making him the best paid player at Borussia Dortmund and saying, look, stay one more year, develop one more year, you can play with us, and then you can still go to the Premier League. And I think it will be a really expensive operation, his transfer. The salary, his agent is asking for a lot of money, then the transfer fee. And there are not so many options, I think, for next summer. Of course, there's England, there's City, there's Paris Saint-Germain looking for a new number 9, but there are not so many options. Barcelona does not have the money, Italian clubs can't afford him probably, you know. So how many options does Haaland really have for next summer? 3, maximum 4?
I think there's a chance that he might go to Bayern Munich. If he goes to Bayern Munich, Lewandowski goes to PSG. And Mbappe goes to Real Madrid.
I don't think Lewandowski wants to leave Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich wants to separate from Robert. They asked 150 million last year when Chelsea asked for the price to Pinizzavi, the agent of the player, when they were not decided for Lukaku yes or not, and they asked for Lewandowski, 150 million for a 33 years old. It's like I don't want to sell him, no?
If Lewandowski was to leave Bayern Munich, do you think Bayern Munich would be able to sign Haaland?
They looked into it, so they checked if it's possible, feasible to do the Haaland operation. The problem is, from a financial point of view. Okay, it's like would be 5-year contract with, I don't know, 200 million salary over 5 years. Then you have 75 million transfer fee, and then you have the commission payments to the agents. And Bayern said internally, we can't afford it. And as Gianluca pointed out, Lewandowski is the benchmark for Bayern Munich at number 9. He has a contract until 2023. They don't need to sell him, okay? They could keep...
But they need to replace him, don't they, Lewandowski?
One day, of course, one day.
He scores every match.
Exactly. But look at Ronaldo, look at Zlatan. You know, Lewandowski, he's really in good shape, taking care of his body. 33 years old, next summer 34 years old. But look at Ronaldo, he's 37. Zlatan is 41.
But isn't Lewandowski, is he not getting bored at
No,
Munich?
because
just
he's
winning,
not...
winning the Bundesliga every year.
Yeah, exactly.
Must be really boring.
No, this is something to consider, okay? If Robert Lewandowski wants a new challenge, that is something to consider, obviously. But Bayern Munich has to play the game, and the contract is until 2023, and it will be really hard to get him out of the contract. So Haaland is not feasible for Bayern Munich next summer. It's just simply not.
Where do you think Haaland will end up next summer?
I think there are two serious options. It's Man City and PSG. That's the most serious, because City looking for a number 9 and PSG needs to replace Mbappe.
Yeah, even Real Madrid would like to have him. It's difficult to have Mbappe and Holland in the same summer, but they would like to. They have Benzema too. So
And then what would that mean for Harry Kane then? If Man City want Haaland?
I saw
Is Kane
I saw some days ago Harry Kane and Antonio
Oh, when you were in London?
when they were in London in Tottenham Sports Centre. Fantastic, amazing. And I saw a very, very good relationship between Harry Kane and Antonio. So I think that Antonio will do everything to keep Harry and to let Harry come back, sign.
So you can see
scoring.
Harry Kane stay at Spurs, sign a new contract.
If he has the feeling with the coach, I think so. And it's difficult not to have feeling with Antonio Conte.
And as if by magic, you've mentioned Antonio Conte, because there's plenty still to talk about after the break, and we will be focusing on Tottenham's new manager, Antonio Conte. Could be a busy January as far as Antonio Conte and Tottenham are concerned, and we'll be hearing from one of his former teammates and his close friend, Alessandro Del Piero.
Please, an Italian coffee, please.